Shalom, shalom. Alright, bear with me, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Alright, shalom, shalom, Israel. It's Israelite School, UPK. Star 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We under the leadership of Commander General Yahana. You understand what we teach are so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the true biblical Jews according to the Bible and according to archaeology. You understand? Preaching Officer Mardakia, holding down the Brotherhood class, the Spirit of the Most High. Of course, if y'all have any questions on or off topic, make sure you type those in. We'll be able to get to those accordingly. Of course, we all know that brotherhood and sisterhood is synonymous. They go hand in hand together. You understand? We need to make sure that, of course, in this time right here that we're living in, that we take heed and take hold of one another. We're not talking about anything freaky or sneaky or anything in that nature. We're talking about as far as grasp and hold until our people. You understand? Grasp and hold until what what we was originally taught. You understand? Before they brought us over here on those ships during the transatlantic slave trade, man. You understand? Those are the things that we're supposed to be holding on to, man. You understand? Because, of course, in this wicked place that we're living in called America, they hate black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. You understand? You may work with them. You understand? You may see them at the grocery store, see them at the gas station. You understand? You may just see them in your everyday life, wherever it may be. You understand? Going to any type of market. You understand? Walking your dog in your neighborhood. You understand? Just know, you understand, that our oppressor, which is a so-called white man, is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he does not care about you whatsoever, man. You understand? He does not care about you to the point where, you understand, and of course, we're going to go into a couple articles, you understand, then of course, I'm going to, try to pull these scriptures that I've been, holding, and, the ones that came to mind when I was thinking about, you understand, these articles that we are going to be reading today. You understand? It just shows you that, of course, man, that our oppressor, you understand, like I said, a so-called white man has a hatred for us so deep and so down and dirty, man, that they would allow, you understand, murder, rape, you understand, molestation, pedophilia, all throughout our neighborhoods, man. You understand? It's getting to the point now, man, where these pedophiles, man, they are literally in our neighborhoods, man. You understand? To the point where they are letting these child molesters within our own neighborhood, man. You understand? I'm pretty sure someone has an uncle within their family that either has been molested or has done the molesting, man. You understand? And that's a sad, very, very, very sad, man. You understand that, of course, that we have to live in this time where our oppressor has deemed us on our head to the point where it's destroying the black community, man. It's destroying the black household, man. It's destroying that little black girl. It's destroying that little black boy. You understand? It's destroying that black teenager, man. Boy and girl, man. But that all is resonated from our oppressor, man. Something that has been deemed from the Roman Catholic Church and is destroying the black community, man. You understand? And this is something, man, that is very, very touchy. It's not necessarily a touchy topic, you understand, but it is something that needs to be brought forth, you understand, so we can know, you understand, how they target us, man. You understand? Of course, you understand, we are getting, shot in the streets. You understand? Shot in our own yards, shot, shot in grocery stores, you understand, whatever the case may be, man. But this right here, you understand, when it comes to that molestation, that pedophilia, that right there, man, is just something, man. That is just something just so treacherous and something that is just so horrible, man. You understand? That of course we must fight against that, man. You understand? And how do we fight against that? By keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's how we continue to fight our oppressor off of us, man. You understand? We may not be able to in of course this lifetime. You understand? Beat them physically. You understand? Because of course they have all the guns. You understand? All the all these nukes, whatever the case may be. But of course, when our King come back, you know what I'm saying, Yahushua HaMashiach, who you actually call Jesus Christ, when he comes back with the 200 million angels to restore order, then you understand, then that's going to be the true war, man. You understand? You understand? Christ is coming back. You understand? Because they had drugs within our neighborhoods, man. You understand? They had all of this, molestation, pedophilia within our own neighborhoods, man. You understand? That's what, you understand, Christ is coming back to restore that order, man. So we can come back to our natural roots, man. In our natural culture, what is already within our DNA, man. You understand? Give me 1 second here. See what we got going on. I'm going to have to exit out of this one. And hopefully everybody is able to hear me and see me. You understand? If not, of course, at any time, you understand, just let me know. You understand? Let me know if you can't hear me at any given time. It seems like everything is up and running. So while right now, let me just check one more thing. Give me 1 second here, just to make sure we still rocking and rolling on YouTube. For some reason, it was having some issues last time. All right, Most High in Christ. All right, let's go ahead and get straight to it, man. And so, like I said, this class right here is going to be is article heavy, but of course, like I said, towards the end, I do want to try to get these scriptures, man. But let's go ahead and get these articles first to begin, man. You understand? And of course, man, you understand, with digging within these articles and doing this research on this, man, and you understand why I titled the class what it is, man, is because you understand, black spanking Native Indians, man, we go through so much torture, man. You understand? We go, good night, man. We are looked upon as just filthy animals, man. You understand? We are looked upon as, oh man, you can take all the pain in the world. You understand? When I think about that, I think about that, what is it, the Tuskegee experiment, man. You understand? On how, you understand, they did that to our brothers, man. You understand, that were locked up. You understand? I think about the Charleston Nine, man. You understand how they allowed, an oppressor, which of course Dylan Storm Roof is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You understand? Because he deceived, that AME church down there in Charleston, South Carolina, to the point where he was actually able to persuade them to allow him to come in and then of course shoot and kill 9 innocent people, man. You understand? And they looked upon him as if he was the greatest thing ever, man. You understand? But of course, when it comes to us, man, you understand, we're supposed to take the pain. You understand? We're supposed to be able to take a chokehold, man. You understand? We're supposed to take getting shot. You understand? Over and over again, man. You understand? These are the things that they want us to do, man. So this is the you understand? This is the Sun Centennial. Tammy Jackson, whose ordeal giving birth alone in Broward jail cell inspired changed state laws, dies. Now, if don't nobody know who Tammy Jackson is, you understand, and this article right here, man, is very, very prevalent and very, very imperative to the black community, man. You understand? And I remember vaguely hearing about Tammy Jackson vaguely all throughout mainstream media, man. It wasn't pushed, you understand, to the point where, everyone knew about it, man. You understand? So once again, I'm going to read this again. It says, Tammy Jackson, whose ordeal giving birth alone in Broward jail cell inspired change in state laws, dies, report says. Tammy Jackson, the inmate who gave birth alone in Broward County jail cell in April of 2019 has died. You understand? Reported. Now, you understand, I'm not going to go to that article, you understand, but I am going to give a brief synopsis of what happened. You understand? So Tammy Jackson, she was pregnant, you understand, and she was in this Broward County jail. You understand? And from what, from my research and, from my doing, Broward County is one of the, very, very, a drug-related, gang-related area down there in Florida. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Kodak Black is from that area as well, too. You understand? Broward County Jail. Now, of course, Tammy Jackson, just to give a brief synopsis of it, you understand, she was giving birth to her, I want to say it was her daughter. You understand? I believe it was her daughter. You understand? Now, of course, Tammy Jackson, she suffered from bipolar and schizophrenia, man. Now, when you look at that alone, you understand, that tells you right then and there that, for one, she should not be in that jail cell, man. You understand? Because the people with bipolar and schizophrenia, you understand, they always think that someone is after them, man. You understand? They always think that someone is after them, and they are not stable to be living within the natural population, man. You understand? They are to be isolated from normal, you understand, population, man. You understand? But they had her, you understand, within normal population, and then of course she gave birth to her daughter, you know what I'm saying, in this Broward County jail, and she was yelling out for help, you know what I'm saying, constantly over and over again, man, time after time, you know what I'm saying, help, and that she's pushing out her baby to the point where, you know what I'm saying, when she gave birth to the baby, you know what I'm saying, the baby hit her, hit the head on the concrete floor in the jail cell, man. You understand? And just imagine, you know what I'm saying, these jail cells, and just imagine that concrete on how hard that is, man. You know what I'm saying? To the point where she picked up her baby and said that she was sorry. You understand? She said that she was sorry, man, that she had to give birth to her in this treacherous condition, man. You understand? Which is called hell, man. You understand? That's true hell right there, man. Where she's screaming out and saying that she needs help, but no one is helping her at all, man. No one helped her, man. So she had to give birth to her daughter right there on the floor, man. To the point where once she dropped the baby, once the baby came out of her, it hit the head on the concrete. She had to pick him up and say that she was sorry, man. You understand? And I don't care what anybody says, man. You understand? To the hell with all white people for just that alone, man. You understand? I don't care about anyone saying, oh, God loves everybody, man. You understand? Or, Christ came and died for everybody, man. You understand? Or I have to give the quote-unquote white man, the so-called white man, a chance, man. No, man, to the hell with all white people, man. You understand? To the hell with them all, man, for what that sister had to endure, man. And now, of course, that was back in 2019. You understand? Fast forward a year later, she dies, man. You know what I'm saying? She dies, man. Let's go ahead and keep on reading, man. It says no details were available Tuesday about how and when Jackson died. Unidentified family members told Channel 10 about Jackson's death. The station report says the news that Jackson, who was mentally ill, you know what I'm saying, just like we said, she was mentally ill. She had schizophrenia and bipolar. Went through 7 hours of labor and delivery in an isolation cell, while her cries for help were ignored, raised concerns about how inmates are treated in Broward jails and inspired a change in Florida law, man. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that, man. You understand? If you are, bearing, you are a female, and whatever the case may be, man. And like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? If this woman, which is well known that she had a mental illness, you know what I'm saying, from that schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, she shouldn't even been in the jail, man. You know what I'm saying? She should have been isolated in a mental institution, man, for whatever crime that she had committed, man. You know what I'm saying? Now imagine if that was a so-called white woman, man. And they said, quote unquote, oh, well, she has some type of mental disorder, or, she suffers from bipolar and schizophrenia. Man, best believe, man, that devil will be at the high rises of some type of mental clinic, man. But to us, as far as Black Spanking Native Indians, man, they don't give a damn about us, man. They can care less about our conditions, man. Why? Because that's their heaven, man. That's what they want to see, man. They want to see us suffer, man. And that's exactly what that sister had to do, man. She suffered, man, to the point where, man, she died, man. A year later. Good night, man. Just imagine, man, all that, everything that just scrambling all throughout her mind, man. You understand? And all that she can think about at that given time when she was giving birth to her daughter was to say that she's sorry, man. That she had to put her in that condition, man. You understand? And to just to be all outright, man. You understand? That right there, that is a miracle baby right there, man. Cause just think about it, man. You understand? When a baby is born, man, you said that skull is not even fully formed yet, man. Everybody know that soft spot on the head, man. But of course, when that baby first come out, it is super tender, man. What's her name? Tammy Jackson to be able to just give birth to her and then pick her up. That's just a miracle within itself, man. You understand? And of course, man, you understand. We hope and pray, man. You understand that daughter. You understand that she walks past us, talking about the ISUPK. She walked past us as we are prophesying unto the wind, man. And she hears it, and she take hold to it, man. And she grabs a flyer, man. And she contacts the camp leader, man. And she get up in this school, cover herself up, man. And do everything righteous that is in the sight of the Lord, man. That's our prayer for that sister, man. You understand? For that young sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's horrible that her mother had to suffer through all of that, man. The mistreatment of Jackson forced the state legislature to take action after the case drew outrage across the country and brought demands for a full investigation. Lawmakers were shocked to discover that nothing in the state law prevented a pregnant woman from being isolated in jail or held in confinement. Her story led to the Tammy Jackson Act, which was passed and signed earlier this year to protect the health of pregnant women in jails. The law is supposed to put safeguards in place that prevent pregnant women from being in restricted or isolated cells during their detention. But just 3 months after the law went into effect, it happened again. Another pregnant woman gave birth alone in the Brewer jail cell. You understand? We're going to be going to that article later, man. You understand? Give me 1 second here. Matter of fact, yeah, we're going to go to that article now. Now let's finish this one up here. Florida legislator who worked to pass the law through the legislator earlier this year took to Twitter to grieve Jackson's death. State Senator Jason Pizzo, a Democrat from Miami, reminisced about the law passing through the legislature in March, man. You understand? So of course, man, they're not going into detail of exactly how she died, man. But I can best believe, man, and this is not for certain. You know what I'm saying? This is just a educated guess that when she gave birth, of course, you know what I'm saying, she wasn't fully medicated, or she wasn't fully taken care of even after she gave birth, and even after she actually went to the hospital. I don't personally think that she was, well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, her insides and, everything that, that was, taken up out of her, man. I don't think that was, properly taken care of, and that could have led to her death, man. It's not for certain because this article doesn't go into detail of what actually led to her death, but I'm gonna put, you understand, an educated guess to say that is something that has been lingering around for a year, to the point where quote unquote surprise death come up for Miss Tammy Jackson, man. You know what I'm saying? This is just a horrible thing that we have to go through, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just horrible, man. That she have to go through that, man. You understand? In a jail cell, you understand? Cold. Or, well, no, so like, take that back, you know what I'm saying? Because down there in Florida, it gets hot. You understand? Ain't no AC in those jail cells, man. You understand? So she's hot and she's giving birth to a baby, man. You understand? How horrible is the white man, man? How horrible is he, man? You know what I'm saying? Had our sister give birth, you understand, to her baby. And then show no type of grievance to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in this next article is gonna talk about the second sister that it happened to as well too, man. You know what I'm saying? So that just told you, man, once again, like I said earlier, that they do not care for you whatsoever, man. You know what I'm saying? They want to see you suffer, man. They want to see you in anguish and crying and yelling, man. You understand? But of course, man, when that great day comes, man, when Babylon the Great falls down, that's going to be our heaven, man. To be able to see them anguish and cry and beg for mercy, man. That's going to be a beautiful sight, man. You understand? That's going to be when we're going to be able to eat our popcorn, and we're going to be able to sit back and drink our scotch and our strong drink, and we're going to be able to enjoy them suffer in pain, man. For what they have done to the Most High's chosen people, man. You understand? Give me 1 second here. Just bear with me, y'all. And as always, of course, man, make sure that you are sharing these classes. You know what I'm saying? All across the nation of Israel. Everyone that's on your timeline, you know what I'm saying, may be within a certain area that you're or unaware of. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that we are sharing these classes, man. As a matter of fact, let me make sure I share it to my page as well, too, man. You understand? And of course, as always, if I didn't say, you know what I'm saying, of course, if you got any questions or comments, you know what I'm saying, make sure you type those in, and we'll be able to get to those accordingly. All right, let's get back to let's get back to this second article, man. The one that they're talking about towards the end of the first article. Let's go to this first article, man. 1 second here. All right. Once again, this is the Sun Centennial. It says, woman who gave birth in jail cell, they just wanted to see how much pain I could endure. Man. Once again, this is the Sun Centennial. This is the headline says, woman who gave birth in jail cell, they just wanted to see how much pain I can endure, man. I'm gonna read that again, man. Woman who gave birth in jail cell, they just wanted to see how much pain I can endure, man. Does that sound familiar? They just wanted to see how much pain I can endure, man. You understand? That jogs my memory, man. You know what I'm saying? That takes me all the way back to slavery, man. Of brothers and sisters and little kids, man, just getting tormented, man, and seeing how much pain that they can truly endure, man. How much pain that they have to go to, how much anguish, man. How much, how loud they could cry, man. You know what I'm saying? How much pain they can take without saying anything, man. Getting whipped on the back, man, to the point where it looks like an actual tree on your back, man. You understand? Pregnant woman, man, getting hung upside down, belly getting cut wide open, and the slave owner take the baby out unnaturally and cuts his head off right in front of you, man. You understand? That's horrible, man. That's treacherous, man. You understand? And we're supposed to love this type of people? We're supposed to give a damn about them? Man, to the hell with all of them, man. Every single last one of them, man. You understand? I pray, man, and going back, you understand, to the Roman Catholic Church and the Christian Church, man. I pray, man, that a Christian church burns at least once a month, man, to the end of the year, man. Yes, and that's my prayer, man, for what they have done to so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. Yeah, you understand? Where were the church at when Tammy Jackson died, man? You understand? Because of course they're gonna say, oh, woman art thou loose. You understand? Go ahead, keep that baby. You understand? Go ahead, kick that man out the house. You understand? You don't need a man when for damn sure she needed a head in her life, man. You understand? She needed someone that was going to fight for her, man. Why? Because whatever she had did, I bet you 9 out of 10 times that was caused by her mental illness, man. And best believe, man, if a priest and prophet had that sister up under her wings, whether it was, someone that was over her or someone that was actually her husband, we would have made sure that she took those meds, man. You know, so we would have made sure that to the point where we would literally watch her every single day and watch her take her meds and, watch her flick up her tongue just to make sure that she's not trying to hide anything so she can spit it out. We would have made sure, man, that she would have took her medicines, man. You understand? That would prevented her from going to jail. That would prevented her from having to give birth to a baby in a jail cell, man. That would have happened, man, if she was under, righteous leadership, man. You understand? If she had a, UPK soldier in her life, man. That's what would have happened, man. Once again, man, I'm going to read this again. It says, woman who gave birth in jail cell says they just wanted to see how much pain I could endure, man. Now, mind you, of course, you know what I'm saying, in our last article, this is talking about, that Tammy Jackson law. And this happened just 3 months later, man. 3 months later, man. So let's go ahead and read this article, man. Like I said, we're going to try to go through all of this article, man, just so we can have and just see how much how much pain, you know what I'm saying, our sisters and brothers go to as well too, man. Now, of course, this article is focusing on the sisters, man. But of course, you know what I'm saying, we've been reading the articles straight up and down on how our brothers are struggling as well too, man. It says the woman who recently gave birth to her baby boy in Broward jail cell says she begged in vain for anyone to come help. Let's read that again. It says the woman who recently gave birth to her baby boy in the Broward jail cell says she begged in vain for anyone to come help. She says she was terrified of having a miscarriage, left alone until minutes before her child was born. Stephanie Britzes is an exclusive interview with the South Florida Sun Centennial on Friday. Gave a harrowing account of delivering her son in jail, describing squalid conditions and decrying the indifferences of nursing and detention deputies who failed to help her until it was nearly too late, man. Good night, man. Once again, man, this is what we live through right here, man. As far as Black Spanking Native Indians, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, female, child, you know what I'm saying? You know, newborn, infant, whatever the case may be, man. Toddler, this is what we have to endure, man. This is what we have to look forward to, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are targeted, man. Day in and day out, man. You understand? We need to, as far as for Black Spanking Native Indians, this is what we truly need to do, man. You understand? We need to gather together, man. You understand? Gather together. Why? Because, of course, we are that nation that is truly not desired, man. How can we be desired, man, if we just read an article where that Tammy Jackson law, you know what I'm saying, was quote unquote, you know, initiated, and then 3 months later it happens again. And not only that, Tammy Jackson dies, man. What a coincidence, man. Let's keep on reading though, man. Brentis, 28, had been in custody at the North Broward Jail in Papapono Beach on a burglary charge. She said she first started experiencing contractions in early afternoon on September 27, but didn't recognize the urgency. The baby wasn't due for another few weeks, she said. When she complained about the pain, the nurse in the jail infirmary offered her a prenatal vitamin. Brentis turned it down as the afternoon wore on. The pain kept coming back stronger and stronger. Brentis said she began to worry. I had not seen a doctor in 3 days, she said. She said she told the nurse she might be miscarrying. But the nurse would not call a doctor, she said. Good night, man. What a coincidence, man. You understand? Once again, man. Good night, man. She had to go through this, man. And not seeing a doctor for over 3 days and in the jail cell, and she's telling the nurse that it's possible that she may be miscarrying, and all they offer to her is a prenatal vitamin. You understand? I can only imagine, man. You understand? Matter of fact, I don't want to imagine that pain, man. You understand? That our sisters have to go through, man. You understand? But it is something that just that is just described, man, as just pain and anguish, man. You understand? When they are going through this miscarrying, when someone is going through a miscarriage, man. It sounds very, very painful, man. It says you have to fill out a form with what symptoms you are having to get a doctor, Brentis said. The Broward Sheriff's Office was reviewing records to determine when Brentis had last seen a doctor. Under the recently enacted Tammy Jackson law, you know what I'm saying, which we just talked about, an incarcerated woman must be seen by a qualified health professional at least once every 24 hours, man. You understand? Now, of course, this sister said that she hasn't seen a doctor in over 3 days. You understand? And she told him what was going on with her, or what she may have feel, that may have been going on, you understand, with her body, man. Brenton said she threw up shortly after saying she might be losing the baby, and was told to clean it herself, man. Good night, man. Look at this, man. We're going to read that again, man, just so that can be embedded in our mindsets, man. And if this does not make you angry, and this does not make you infuriated of our so-called oppressor in the police force, man, then you may need to get a reality check, man. You understand? You may need to look yourself in the mirror and say, man, maybe I need to show a little bit more compassion for my people, man. Because if not, you might as well say, make America great again, man. You understand? You might as well say exactly what this, what happened to this sister, man. She said she threw up shortly after saying she might be losing the baby and was told to clean it herself, man. Think about that, man. That's chattel slavery right there, man. Good night, man. I remember, reading those, reading slave stories, man, of how, these women will be, in the act of miscarrying, or, having some issues, you understand, with the baby, and they will have, either themselves or they will have someone else clean it up for them, man. Good night, man. But they told her to clean it herself, man. And this is 2020, man. You understand? This is not back in slavery days. You understand? Which this is modern day slavery. Let's read that again, man. Brenton said she threw up shortly after saying she might be losing the baby and was told to clean it herself, man. She's pregnant in the midst of losing her baby, threw up, told him that she may be losing her baby, and they told her to clean it up herself. Now, mind you, going back to that Tammy Jackson law of how she's supposed to see a doctor within once of every 24 hours, and she said that she hasn't seen one within 3 days, and now she's now she threw up, and they told her to clean it herself, man. How horrible is that, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's let that sink within our mindsets, man, of how horrible and treacherous the so-called white man is, man. You understand? And even if it wasn't a so-called white man that had told her to do that, it was someone that was within the police force, man. You know what I'm saying? And we say every single day and every time we get a chance to join the police force, man. We said every single time, every single chance we get, we tell our brothers and sisters, man, to join the police force, man. And this is the way why, man. And this is the true reason why, man. If it was a black man, he loves America, man. He wants to see our brothers and sisters, man. Be in anguish and be in, turmoil and be in hell, man. Told this woman to clean it up herself, man. It says, Brenton says she threw up shortly after saying she might be losing the baby and was told to clean it up herself, man. They just wanted to see how much pain I can endure, she said, man. Good night, man. It wasn't until Brenton was lying on her back and ready to give birth that her cell door opened. She said the baby head was coming in and out, and they finally broke in. She said it was at the end they came in. She held my leg, and he came out, man. Good night, man. That's just horrible right there, man. At the last given time, man. You understand, when she's finally about to give birth, they finally come up, man. You understand? They finally show up, man. It remind me of those those old school movies, man. You understand, when this mass murderer, he's going out, on a mass hunt, and he's killing everybody, and no policeman is around. You know what I'm saying? Until one brave soul, you know what I'm saying, finally kills him, and then what happens? The police pop up out of nowhere, man. That happens in almost every situation when it comes to these crazy TV shows, man. Those crazy, Lifetime shows, man. You understand? Some psycho, killer, whether it's a man or a female, you know what I'm saying, go on rampant and just kills everybody, you know what I'm saying, within the city. And then, you know what I'm saying, someone, finally kills him or, has him restraint, and then the police come, man. You understand? This is exactly what happened to this sister, man. After they told her to clean her own throw up, man, and then took her back to the cell, man. Good night, man. Horrible, man. Good night. It says the baby boy now is in custody of the State Department of Children and Families, man. Good night, man. Good night, man. The baby boy is now in custody of the State Department of Children and Families, man. So of course now that baby boy is in the system now, man. You know what I'm saying? That baby boy is in the system to the point where now his mother cannot see him, man. Why? All because the quote unquote mom, you know what I'm saying? She made a horrible decision, you know what I'm saying, with having that burglary charge. So now what, man? That man, listen, probably as soon as that baby was taken out, they probably took that baby right in the system, man. Took all the paperwork from her, man. She probably didn't sign no type of paperwork, man. That baby belongs to the system, man, which is just horrible, man. Which is another tactic that they do to destroy us, man. Think about that baby boy, man. Now he has to live from house to house. You know what I'm saying? Foster care to foster care, man. To the point now when he gets older, you know what I'm saying? He's around people that don't even look like him. You know what I'm saying? Now he becomes what? He becomes a criminal, man. And then what? Now he's in the same situation, man, as his mother was, man. You know what I'm saying? We have seen this time after time, man. And we are praying and hoping that that brother, you know what I'm saying, that young warrior, you know what I'm saying, that baby boy also sees us on those street corners, man, prophesying unto the wind and be able to hearken unto it, man. You understand? And being able to listen with wholeheartedly, man, with his mind, body, and soul, and be able to come within his ranks of the school, man, and continue to shed himself of the world and become a straight UPK soldier, man, for the Most High, man. Let's read that part again, man. It says the baby boy is now in custody of the State Department of Children and Families. Britta said she has. It says Britta said she has seen him, but she had her attorney decline to disclose other information, man. Brentons who stand accused of breaking into a Lighthouse Point home and living there undetected for a week was released from custody 2 days after giving birth and is staying with her father in Boca Raton, man. Good night, man. Once again, man, that's just a horrible condition, man. You know what I'm saying? She broke into a house, you understand, because her living condition was probably just horrible, man. And that's something that, of course, that they are not going to entail, man. You understand? And that's something that our sisters, you know what I'm saying, have to realize as well, too, man. Be careful of who you sleep with, man. Be careful who you lay down with, man. You know what I'm saying? If he's not going to take care of the responsibility, you know what I'm saying? If he's not going to, take an oath like we do here in the UPK to protect our sisters, hey, man, why even think about it, man? You know what I'm saying? Why even think about even laying down with him, man? You understand? And this is like I said, this is a horrible story, man. And we're going to continue to read, you understand? But just a sidebar, man. Let's just make sure, man, brothers and sisters, man, we are taking, care of our responsibilities, man. You understand? Of course, and within the truth, everybody understands that, once you lay down with a woman and have sexual intercourse, according to the Bible, you know what I'm saying, biblical history, that's your wife, you know what I'm saying? That's your husband, man. So this is something that should not be taken lightly, man. This should be taken very, very seriously, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why here in the school, man, we set up protocols, man, for brothers and sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to do your time, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you are interested in a person, you know what I'm saying, you have to follow procedures, man, to be able to even talk to that sister, man, or be able to, court that sister, Shalakia. You understand? And then, of course, when that time comes, of course, you still have to make sure that you are in, good standing, you know what I'm saying, with the school, and make sure that you're able to be a good husband or be a good wife to that brother or that sister, man. So this is something that, of course, we do not take it lightly, man. We take this very, very seriously, man. It's something that should be taken very, very seriously, man. In 1 second here. It says, let me go back and read up this again. The baby boy is now in custody of the State Department of Children and Families. Brenton said she has seen him, but she and her attorney declined to disclose any other information. Brenton, who stand accused of breaking into a lighthouse point home and living there undetected for a week, was released from custody 2 days after giving birth and is now staying with her father in Rokobatun. While the incident is under investigation, and Broward Sheriff Gregory Tony said it has not been confirmed, his initial review of the situation was enough for Tony to fire 2 top jail administrators within a day of learning about it. No one is immune from accountability, he said on Friday. The expectations are very high. I would not apologize for that, man. You understand? This is something that, of course, man, you understand, that they, quote unquote, initiated with this whole Tammy Jackson law. And this is something that, that these, the jail administrators, it's something that they laughed about, man. Something that they didn't take serious, man. Why? Because, of course, man, do they take us serious? No, man, they do not take us serious, man. They don't care about us, man. They can give a damn about our conditions, man. They can give a damn about us giving birth in a jail cell, man. They can give a damn about us giving birth to the point where now the baby is out and she hits her head on the concrete floor, man. They don't give a damn about us, man. And why should they, man? This is their heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? They are living lusciously off the slavery that we had to, after the hard work that we have put into this country, man. And they can just sit back and laugh at it, man. You can just sit back and laugh at it, man. Now, of course, they did get fired, man. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote, some type of justice was served, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this case, man. You know what I'm saying? But just think about all the cases that are not being heard, man. Think about all the cases that is getting swept up under the rug, man. Think about all these, all of these isolated states, man, that you don't hear about, man. Montana, Utah, you understand? North and South Dakota. Think about those states, man. Black people still live up there, man. Think about everything that's getting swept up under the rug, man. Why? Because it's not, because it's not for mainstream media, man. You understand? This is something that, of course, that we did the research on, man. You understand? The ISUPK under Commander Jenny Hanna, man. We are the mainstream media for so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. We are that mainstream media for the nation of Israel, man. So of course, man, we do the extensive work and digging deep into these articles and giving you the true breakdown of what truly happened within these articles, man. Let's see here. Sheriff Tony also warned that if the allegations surrounding Prince's ordeal are true, further disciplinary action will be taken. Colonel Gary Palmer and Lieutenant Angela Neely were both fired that Thursday, less than 24 hours of Chief's Assistant Public Defender Gordon Weekes wrote a letter demanding accountability, man. Good night, man. And these sound like some Edomites, man. This sounds like Idumea doings, man. You understand? Gary Palmer and Angela Neely, man. Sounds like the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Here we go. It comes down to decency, Tony said. It comes down to common sense, whereas the care when we're talking about someone who is calling for help, man. You understand? Someone that is calling for help. Good night, man. This reminds me of, what's that scripture? Book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17, man. You understand? We putting our hope in this nation, man, that cannot save us, man. You understand? She was, what was that? Tammy Jackson, man. She was putting in hope in a nation that could not save her and her baby, man. You understand? She was, of course, and like I said, you understand, that woman, she did have some, some mental issues, and she shouldn't have been in that hospital. But that's all she knew, man, was to cry out for help. You understand? And cry out for some mercy, and cry out and let them know that, and let them know that she's giving birth, man. You understand? But they cannot save us, man. Why? Because they don't care for us, man. They don't care about us, man. Let's read that again. It comes down to decency, Tony said. It comes down to common sense, where in someone, the care when we're talking about someone who is calling for help. Tony declined to outline everything that may have gone wrong in the episode, reminding reporters that an internal affairs investigation is underway. And of course, man, you understand, everybody understands when that happens, they are going to, leave out details and, try to help out the officers, try to help out these, these lieutenants and these colonels, whatever the case may be. You understand? So it can benefit them, man. So of course, when someone, someone else applies, for that job, you understand, they don't see this, man, or it doesn't, strike an alarm. You understand, when it comes to all the information being leaked, or when all the information is quote unquote coming to light. He says, I am highly disgusted at this allegation, he said. We have not been right in terms of what we could have done if these allegations are true, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how they keep calling it allegations, man. You know what I'm saying? These quote unquote allegations, you know what I'm saying? If, someone, truly allowed this woman to, give birth, and, in her crying out for help and her throwing up, you understand? Her throwing up and them telling her to clean it up as she's possibly miscarrying, man. Ain't no telling what type of food that they gave her. You understand? Probably didn't even feed her. And we're supposed to love them? Nah, man. Nah, man. To the hell with them, man. We don't love them in here, man. You understand? We don't love them at all in here, man. One moment here. Let's see here. Okay, gotcha. He said he was justified in acting quickly on the firing of the command staff. You know what I'm saying? That's, of course, that happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10 times, you know what I'm saying? Already, that lieutenant, that colonel, and those people that was on that staff. 9 out of 10 times they got a job somewhere else, probably getting paid more. You understand? And this was just wiped right off their record. You know what I'm saying? It reminded me of I believe it was, oh man, I forgot what the lady name was, man, but she had killed an innocent black man. And of course she got off scot free. And not even 10 months later, she moved to another city or state and got the same type of job that she got as a police officer, man. Man, what was the name of that police officer, man? I remember it because they was on a highway and almost looked like a bridge. You understand? And she had killed that brother. You understand? The brother, was he wasn't armed or anything. If I could remember. You understand? But of course, within a year, she was able to apply for another job, man. You understand? So that just shows you, of course, that everything, you understand, that we are part of is for their benefit, man, and not ours, man. Trying to remember her name, man. It'll more than likely come to me after this class is over, man. But of course, that's no sweat, man. 1 second here. All right. Let's get back to this article, and then, like I said, we're gonna get to some of these scriptures, man. Hopefully, my battery does not die. Matter of fact, let me try to close out everything I'm not using. Okay, I'm not using that. All right, so it says he said he had justified in acting quickly on the firing of the command staff. This is about the entire agency changing its culture in terms of how we treat the people we're supposed to serve, even the ones that are in custody, he said, man. You understand? They supposed to quote unquote protect and serve us. You understand? They did no protection with Tammy Jackson, man. They did no protection with Stephanie Britzes, man. No protection, man, and no type of serving. You understand? They served this, Britzes at the last minute. You understand? But that was not there for Tammy Jackson, man. You understand? And of course, man, like we said earlier, man, we hope and pray that her daughter, man, is in good condition, man. Because of course, when a baby first comes out, man, and she hit that head, man. Hopefully, she's not, suffering from any type of brain damage, man. You understand that that may have caused her, man. Once again, he said, this is about the entire agency changing its culture in terms of how we treat the people we're supposed to serve, even the ones that are in custody, he said. Weeks did not praise or condone the firing, both acknowledged the sheriff's need to set high expectations, especially in light of law that was passed this year to address the protocols for the treatment of pregnant inmates. The law was named for Jackson, who gave birth in North Broward jail cell in Pompano Beach in April of 2019. The latest incident happened this is at the same facility. Now, of course, you understand, they have these two lieutenants. Now, of course, they are black. You understand? But of course, my mind is joggling of how, they were actually, involved in this, man. You understand? Because normally, you understand, inmates, they don't normally see the lieutenants or the colonels. You understand? I will have to take another educated guess and say that it was, some so-called white man or white woman that were actually, giving, care to that woman. And especially the one, that, when they had said that she was talking to a nurse, Not to say, that we don't have black nurses, but, I will almost guess that nurse was so-called white women, man. You know what I'm saying? And the people that she was actually dealing with were so-called white women as well, too. But, of course, they fire, these are two black lieutenants and colonels. I believe there is a culture issue inside the jail that needs to be addressed. So we could say they see inmates as subhuman, and I don't think that's how jail should operate, man. Well, good night, man. Listen, just go to a jail cell that's in Chicago, Illinois, or go to a jail cell that's over there in Cali or Inglewood or Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Some of the treacherous places here in America, man. Good night, man. Let's not talk about Brazil and Haiti and in Mexico as well, too, man. Let's not talk about those jail cells, man. But he said, once again, I believe that there is a culture issue inside the jail that needs to be addressed, we could say. They see inmates as subhuman, and I don't think that's how jail should operate, man. You understand? 1 second. So it says a spokesman for WellPath, the private company that provides health care at Broward's jail, she said, couldn't comment on the substance of the allegation because of privacy issues. WellPath's business is grounded in providing excellent patient care and in the providing excellent service and value for our clients, said the spokesman Judah Lilly. Our core mission is always to ensure that all of our patients receive the highest standard of care. Due to privacy laws, WellPath is unable to comment on the care provided in this case, man. Good night, man. Good night, man. Let's give me 1 second here, man. I hope my phone does not die when I go over here. I pray it doesn't. 1 second here. So yeah, man, this right here, man, this is just so, it's just so horrible, man. And I'm gonna read this last paragraph again, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what they quote unquote are saying is that that the wellness of the patients and the wellness of the inmates is their high priority, man. You understand? So if it was that high priority, how did they allow, you understand? And once again, you understand, this, this person did not get any type of, firing or, any, discipline, any type of disciplinary action that was taken towards this person. They fired the 2 black cops, man, male and female, man. But this person will quote unquote, live, by their, live by their core values and their high expectations when it comes to inmates, did nothing and won't even disclose any type of information pertaining to it, man. That shows you right then and there, man, that, hey, a hiccup happened. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, we made an issue. You know what I'm saying? Something happened. So, forgive us for this, man. Good night, man. Let's read this last part one more time. And then, of course, we're going to get into these scriptures. And then if we got any questions or comments, we're going to get to those as well, too. It said a spokeswoman for WellPath, and like I said, it probably 9 out of 10 times was a white woman. The private company that provides health care at Broward's jail said she couldn't comment on the substance of the allegations because of privacy issues, man. Now, what type of privacy issues that they have for a woman that threw up and said that and they told her that she had to clean it up, and her saying that she hasn't seen a doctor within 3 days. Also, her saying that it's possibility that she may be miscarrying. What type of other information needs to be disclosed, or quote unquote privacy issues, or what they tell her that, oh well, you can't see a doctor. You say you can't see a physician. Oh well, you think that you are quote unquote miscarrying, man. No, man. To the hell with these people, man. To the hell with their lifestyles, man. To the hell with everything that they have going on in their lives, man. Because this is the lifestyle that they want to live, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the lifestyle that they are living, man. To see the heartache and the heartbreak of so-called black spanking Native Indians, man. This is what they like to see, man. Good night. Let's read this again, man. It said a spokeswoman for WellPath, the private company that provides healthcare at Broward's jail, said she couldn't comment on the substance of the allegation because of privacy issues. WellPath's business is grounded in providing excellent patient care and in providing excellent service and value for our clients, says the spokeswoman, Judith Lilly. Our core mission is always to ensure that all of our patients receive the highest standard of care, man. And once again, it says due to privacy laws, WellPath is unable to comment on the care provided in this case, man. Good night, man. Of course, they quote unquote have to, set up these, barriers and, privacy laws to better themselves and to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with us, with our privacy, man. Because of course, so-called black spanking Native Indians, and we want to make sure that we push out the information that would truly happen, man. You understand? That's how we operate, man. Because we like to get to the bottom of things, man. Let's go ahead and close that, man. Let's go ahead and go to the book of First Peter, chapter 2, man. Not this one. So tonight. First Peter, chapter 2. Lager. This First Peter. There we go. This is the book of First Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of the darkness into the marvelous light," man. You understand? It takes a peculiar people, man. It takes a peculiar woman, man, to be able to give birth on a jail cell and have her baby hit her head on that concrete and her lift it up and say that I'm sorry, man. It takes a peculiar people, man, to be able to do that, man. You understand? Think about if that was a condition of a so-called white woman, man. You understand? She probably would have first, for one, she probably would have tried to kill that baby, man. You know what I'm saying? All because, quote unquote, because of her, all because of her lifestyle and the way that she's living, in the point that she's in a jail cell. You understand? And of course, if it was the same situation as the Tammy Jackson and she had bipolar and schizophrenia, she wouldn't even be in that jail cell, man. She would have been at the top notch, top notch mental, mental illness health clinic. You understand? That's what she would have been a part of, man. Let's read this again, man. Once again, it's the book of 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. It says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called ye out of darkness into the marvelous light. Verse 10, it says, which in time past were not a people, but are now a people, the people of God, which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy, man. Listen, man, the Most High is with us, man, day in and day out, man. All throughout time, man. The Most High is going to be with us, man. You understand? The Most High is for us and is with us, man. You understand? So of course we need to make sure, man, time after time, man, that we are listening unto His words, which of course is the Bible. You understand? And of course the priests and prophets here in the ISUPK and the Command Jenny and Hannah, man. Yes, and we need to make sure that we are, pushing forth and noticing that we are a different type of people, man. You understand? We are that different type of people, man. You understand? No, no man is going to, no quote unquote, name me one white man that has been in a chokehold, man. Yes, and that has been begging for his life, man. Yes, and name me one white teenager that was, going to a grocery store and a black man was chasing him and telling him that they always get away, to the point where he chases him down and kills him, man. Yes, and name me one white woman, man, that of course if she has some type of mental issues, you understand, and they kick in her door while her kids are there and they gun her down, man. Talking about the police force, man. You understand? Name me one white couple, you understand, that if they get stopped at a traffic light, you understand, that if it's a black police officer, that he gets shot for reaching for his wallet, man. And while his baby is in the back crying and saying, mommy is going to be okay, and comforting her mother, man. You understand? Name me that, man. That's something that cannot be named, man. That's something that is unmatched. That's something that is not even talked about, man. If the tables was turned, if everything was, just did a complete 180, man, how would everyone look at life, man? How would it be, man? But of course, you understand, we all understand that, of course, that their time is coming, man. You understand that their time is truly coming, man. Let's go to the book of Titus, man. Titus chapter 2. Let's see here. Let's see here. Bear with me, y'all. Let me get here. Titus chapter 2. This is the book of Titus chapter 2. Where we gonna start at? We'll start at verse 14. This is the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 14. It says, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from all iniquity, man, all wrongdoing, and purifying unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works, man. Think about that, man. That woman both of them women that before those birth, those were good works right there, man. Why? Because throughout all the pain and throughout all the anguish and heartache and not being on meds and not having, proper vitamins and not seeing a prescribed doctor, man. That was some good works for those two women right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were whether they're in the truth or not, man. You know what I'm saying? Good works still happen, man. And there's nothing wrong with them two women being blessed, man. You understand? Of course, Tammy Jackson did have to, she did die from this, man. You understand? Whether it's, of course, they don't go into detail of how all of this happened, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about her death, man. But of course, they 9 out of 10 times they're going to uphold and they're going to get rid of that law now, man. All because of her death, man. Let's read this again, man. Who gave himself for us that he may redeem us from all iniquity, all wrongdoings, man. Think about Tammy Jackson, man. Bipolar, schizophrenia. Did some type of crime, man. Shouldn't have been in the hospital, man. We hope and pray, man, that baby girl, man, finds this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? In the midst of us doing the work of the Most High, man. That's our prayer, man. And purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee, man. Let no man despise thee, man. You understand? This is something, man, that we need to make sure, man, that of course, once again, man, the Christian church did not care about Tammy Jackson or Stephanie Bridges, man. You understand? The Christian church did not even care about their babies, man. You understand? Because I'm pretty sure that was all throughout, you know what I'm saying, all throughout the church community, man. And they didn't even, give a fight for that woman, man. Now, of course, man, one of them did have mental issues, man, but that does not give an account, you understand, for all of these wrongdoings to happen, man. We're gonna try to get a few more scriptures, man. Yeah, saying this is a story, man, that is very, very, I don't want to say it's a touchy topic, man, but this is something that should, this is something that, that should make you a little angry, man. But of course, man, we gotta take that anger and turn it into righteousness, man. You understand? Don't allow that to happen to any of your family members, man. It's lying. Give me 1 second here. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, and verse 2. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth," man. Once again, man. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord God had chosen thee to be a peculiar people, man, a special people, man, unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be above all these nations, man, that are on the earth, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. That's how we're supposed to be living, man. We're supposed to be thinking that we are above them, man. Because that's what the Bible says, man. That's what, that's what the Most High is saying, man. But of course, man, due to their mainstream media, due to the lack of social media for black people, you understand, this happens, man. You understand, this hatred that they have for us, man, is just so, It's like a perfect hatred that they have for us, man. So what we should do? We should counter that hatred, man, with love for our brothers and sisters, man. Why? Because the Most High already said that we are that peculiar people, man. You understand? Matter of fact, let's look up that definition, man, of peculiar. It says particular, a special. Let me go to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have the same thing. Come on now. Here we go. First definition is talking about characteristic of only one person, group, or thing. Here's the one. Different from the usual or normal, man. That's the one that we wanted, man. Special, particular, odd, curious, eccentric, unusual, man. You understand? And this is exactly who we are as far as a people, man. Thus saith the Most High. It says different from the usual or normal, man. You know what I'm saying? The norm is what, man? LGBTQ, man. We're different from that, man. The norm is what? Sleeping with another man's wife. That's normal. But we're unusual. You understand why? Because we don't do those things, man. What's normal? Eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We are that unusual people, man. What's normal? Having a baby in a hospital, or having it around what they call them when they have the birth in the household. Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that, man. And you know what I'm saying? Normal and odd is having to have a baby and living through hell, and having to have a baby on a jail cell concrete floor, man. That's not normal, man. You understand? That's not normal for us, man. You know what I'm saying? But we fight through all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Being normal is to be able to have all of your bills paid on time, man. That's normal. But of course, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians as a whole, you know what I'm saying, we are gritting and grinding and fighting through all different type of obstacles with life, and slaveries, and trying to find side slaveries, and trying to survive in this world as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, or a woman or child, man. And we still have to find some type of way to make sure that we have food on our table, man. That's why the Most High says that we are peculiar people, man. You know what I'm saying? Being able to go through pain, man. You understand? Being able to be beaten. Being able to being raped, man. Men and women, man. Being able to take more pain, man. That's not normal, man. I'm not saying that is, of course, right. You understand? We are not all. You understand? We are not for that whatsoever, man. None whatsoever, man. But, of course, that just shows you how truly different we are, man. And how truly, man, the white man, the so-called white man, will not be able to suffer, not be able to go through those same conditions that we go through, man. You understand? Let's read the scripture again, man. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth," man. We are that special people, man. You understand? We are the salt of the earth, man. You understand? Our Mexicans are able to build this place up, man. You understand? Build the heaven of our oppressors up, man. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians were able to work in these call centers, in these factories, man. To do what? To build up America, man. That's what we're doing, man. You understand? We're making America more and more rich, man. Why? Because, of course, man, they understand that we have to have some type of, slavery job, whatever the case may be. So, of course, they make us make America, man. You understand? Whether it's, vehicles, whether it's, speakers, whether it's, clothing, whatever the case may be, man. Concrete, man. Plastic, glass, fiberglass, paper. You understand? They make us work in those factories, man. Leather, wood, sunglasses, man, shoes. They make us work in those type of conditions, man. Getting little of nothing, man, and having to work and strive, man. You understand? I think about the Amazon workers, man, and how they say how horrible, how treacherous it is to work in those places, man. Just a horrible thing, man. I'm gonna read the scripture one more time, you understand, so it can be embedded within our mindsets, and then we're gonna go to the next scripture, man. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth," man. You know what I'm saying? We are that people, man, that's supposed to be standing tall, man. You know what I'm saying? We are that people that, that have some type of meaning, man. We are that people that, has that natural swag, man, and has that, has that upstanding demeanor of themselves, man. But of course, man, due to the Christian population, you know what I'm saying, the Roman Catholic Church, Christian church, your Christian pastor, you know what I'm saying, your grandma, I think that she knows everything. She wants you to love everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? She wants you to give, to quote unquote, give everybody another chance, man. Give our oppressor another chance, man. Over and over again. That's what they want. It doesn't make sense, of course, man. Let's go to the book of Genesis, chapter 3. One second here. All right. Want to make sure that it was still good and good. It's going to go to the book of Genesis, where I say chapter 3 and verse 16. You understand? Of course, man, this goes into, why women, like I said earlier, about, why women, they should, take heed and take hold and, take very, very, take into, very, very wise consideration of who they truly lay with, man. You understand? Of who they truly choose to be the father of that child, man. And man as well, too, man. Who's going to be the mother of your seeds, man. There's the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. It says, unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee, man. You understand? This is in the Bible, man. You understand? So of course, when women say, "Oh well, some women they don't take meds," you know what I'm saying, during giving birth. You know what I'm saying? Some women, take meds to, somewhat ease the pain, from what I'm told. This is in the Bible, man, of why, you understand, women, they go through that pain, man. Now, I'm not saying that, Tammy Jackson and Stephanie Brentz's that that they had to go through that pain within their own jail cell. No, that should not have happened, man. You understand? But of course, when it comes to through the pain, when it comes to of giving birth, of course, man, that goes back to, all the way back to the book of Genesis, man, of why this is happening, man, and why, of course, biblical prophecy is happening right before our eyes, man. It's something that, of course, is overlooked. You understand? No one is, of course, saying that, the reason why the woman is going through pain is due to Eve, man. You understand? Or doing to thus said the Most High. They're not saying that. They say, oh well, a woman give birth is going to be painful. They're not letting you know that it is within these scriptures, man. That's what they're not letting you know. Once again, Genesis 3:16, it says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow, and thy conception and sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and the desire shall be to the husband, and he shall rule over thee, man. You understand? Men should have that true rulership over the woman, man. Why? Because if not, man, what's going to happen, man? The woman is going to just break free and be wild and do everything that she wants to do, man. But when you have a righteous leader that's ruling over her, she's going to be in order. Why? Because that man is in order, man. Because that man is following these laws, statutes, and commandments, and he's going to demand that woman do the same thing and be a perfect representation of him. Not a perfect not a perfect representation of America or of so-called white supremacy. Because of course, man, white supremacy, they want to see our woman half naked. You understand? They want to see our woman strung out on drugs. They want to see our woman having 4 and 5 baby daddies. That's what they want to see, man. But of course, here in the ISUPK and the Command Hana, we want to see rulership, man, over our women, man. Why? So they can be put in order, man. And we're not talking about, no type of, sex traffic or, anything, that's, that you may be thinking or, about our women, man. Our women love to be in order, man. Why? Because they know that they're not acting wild, and more importantly, they know that they're not acting as in the way America wants them to see them to act, man. And that's what's so important, man, about this scripture right here, man. A lot of people read over this scripture and they just say, woman's gonna, give birth and it's gonna hurt, and the husband's gonna rule over her. No, man, it's all comes with decency and order, man. You understand? Because, of course, man, when a woman is in pain, man, she needs, of course, doctors to be able to heal her physically. But more importantly, man, she needs that man to be able be able to heal her mentally, man. You understand? Throughout all the trauma of giving that birth, man. You understand? She needs her Adawan, man, to be able to hold her, man, and care for her, man. That's true rulership, man. All right, we're going to get one more scripture, man, then we're going to close it out, man. The book of John, chapter 16, and verse 21. A woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow because of her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remember no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world, man. Listen, man. You understand? When the anguish, you understand, when all of this, when all of the sorrow and all of the and all of the all the misconception of how women to give birth, man. You understand? Something so something so special about a woman giving birth, man. You understand? Because of course, man, no woman wants to remember, the pain and all the trauma and all the, postpartum, that happens within giving birth. They want to be able to forget that, but remember what came out of it, man. And that's so glorious, man. And that's so, that's being in within the right spirit, man. You understand? Because just like Tammy Jackson said, man, you understand? She didn't remember that pain, you understand, when she finally saw the baby. You understand? She lifted up that baby and said that she was sorry, man, that she had to go through that hell, man, that, that she had to go through that condition, man. She forgot about that pain instantly, man. You understand? And she was able to hold her daughter, man, and say that she was sorry, man. You understand? Of course, this is why we say, man, to the hell with white America, man. Through the hell with white supremacy, man. To the hell with the so-called white man, man. Idumea, man. Esau, Edom. Every last one of them, man. And also with the heathens as well, too, man. Because what they have done to the Most High chosen people, man. And brainwashing us and making us feel that was the norm what Tammy Jackson had to go through. That was a norm that Stephanie Brentis had to go through, man. And that was a norm that every Black, Hispanic, Native Indian man and woman and child had to go through throughout their daily life, man. It's not right, man. You understand? And of course we understand that is not right, man. But of course also it is all throughout the Bible that they are going to rule over us, man. You understand? And we are going to mourn, man. You understand? Because we understand that this right here, what we're living in right now, this is not the end for us, man. You understand? This is not the end for us, man. You understand? Their ending is coming, and then our beginning is going to happen, man. You understand? And that's what's truly going to happen, man. You understand? Because of course, man, Christ comes back with those 200 million angels to restore a righteous order in this place, man. This hellhole that we're living in right now is going to be no more, man. We're not going to have to worry about, living from paycheck to paycheck, man. You understand? We're not going to have to worry about, looking over our shoulders or, locking our doors because we see an oppressor, pulling up on us, man. You understand? We're not going to have to worry about little girls, man. You understand? Being abducted, man. You understand? We don't have to worry about that stinking, disgusting LGBTQ community, man. We don't have to worry about Black Lives Matter, man. It's things that we're not going to have to worry about, man, when that new order comes through, man. You understand? And with that, I'm going to end the class, man. ISUPK security announcements. We got an ISUPK star at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. This is tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about this in Numbers chapter 18, verses 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department of the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we have the memorial blowing of the trumpets. This falls on the first day of the 7th month. It falls on Monday, the 6th of this year, September. You can read about this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. Remind occupant Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, the star on all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf. With that, shalom.